Our next thesis is entitled, "Is There Harm in Sending Fluffy to the Farm? The Ethics of Animal Euthanasia." Please welcome Ms. Rachel Gaudesi.
Americans today agree that domesticated animals should not have to go through purposeless pain and should be saved as best we can. Further, a concern for the well-being of pets is more prevalent than ever before. Veterinary medicine has made exponential leaps within the past few hundred years, allowing a surplus of animal lives to be saved that would have been lost if not for these advancements. This has further stirred up the euthanasia controversy. Some, including many veterinarians, think that an animal who is near death should take the natural course of life. Others, including many animal advocates, think that they should seek further life-lengthening procedures. I argue that euthanization is an ethical practice when the animal's well-being, whether physical or emotional, is too damaged to be repaired, and their quality of life has become one that is not worth it to live in. The most common circumstance for euthanasia is that the animal is near death. The animal is going to die anyway and is suffering, so why not just quicken the dying process and end their pain? Some people, though, become selfish, and when their pet is dying and has a terminal illness and has no hope of being cured, they still seek procedures to lengthen their life a bit. However, we define an animal's quality of life as whether they are in pain or have the necessities in life to avoid a pain-free existence. In these cases, the animal's quality of life has reached a point where it cannot be fixed and should not have to remain in this painful existence. Animals are creatures of the present, not looking towards the future. So I ask you, why should we have them suffer if the rest of their present is pain? Humanity has the obligation to take care of animals due to the responsibility that they were endowed by our Creator when He gave humanity dominion over the earth, to protect them and to alleviate their pain through medical means and compassion in general. Thus, our relationship to them is of a protector that may take responsibility for their well-being and relieving of their pain. With this in mind, we can now analyze the justification for the euthanasia of shelter animals. In pounds and shelters all across the nation, animals are being kept in small, cramped cages with little to no social interaction. Conditions such as these are misguided, due to the fact that most shelters are trying their best for any being to have to live through, because they deprive the being of their basic rights for socialization and comfortability, and these conditions obviously affect their emotional state in a negative way. No animal should have to live through these conditions, and this is why it is okay to put these beings out of this misery. Many believe that the animals, if there is treatment to help the animal or the pet that is sick, that it must be taken so as to prolong and better the life of the dying animal. Yes, in certain circumstances, it is good to take life-saving procedures, but only in the cases that it does just that or lengthens its life extensively. It is not always possible to save a dying animal due to what the owner can afford and what the doctor can physically do. Also, treatment may only lengthen their life just a bit, but at a great cost. The poor pet may have to go through weeks of painful procedures and have to deal with that will cost thousands of dollars and hours of time. The animal will only gain a small amount of life left possibly, and that life that they still have to have may still be in pain due to either the sickness that they are enduring or the procedures itself taking a toll on the animal. This is because when a procedure to keep an animal alive extends the animal's life through painful procedures and doesn't enhance life quality of the animal or lengthen it enough, it is just not worth it to put the animal through that much pain. So, fellow pet owners and lovers of animals, I encourage you and implore you, when your animal is dying of a terminal sickness, put them out of its misery. Euthanasia is used as a peaceful alternative for the animal's pain that they should not have to experience any longer if there is no way out of it. In animals that are emotionally damaged in shelters and pounds across the nation, No animal should have to stay in those certain circumstances if there is no hope of them being saved. You've been given a great task by your Creator in your biological standing to take care of the animals lesser than you and to allow them to be out of a state of suffering. Thank you.